Okay, so server restarted because everyone died. I can show you the character thing. So this is the character. You can do a lot of like kind of role play stuff here, which is nice. Custom job preferences, blah 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 blah, all this different stuff. What's really important is the occupation choices. Right here, when you go here, um, basically everything you don't want to play. You definitely don't want to play like head of person. I don't think you can even, but chief engineer, like anything that sounds important, probably don't play it. Security, like you don't know what you're doing. So turn everything off. Maybe start as assistant, maybe start as janitor, that kind of stuff. And that's that. I'm going to go to game preferences. This is kind of important. And go here to FPS and play around with that number, right? Put it to 0, put it to 40, put it to 50, 60, 100, and see what works better. I don't really understand it myself, but there's definitely like certain sweet spots that make your game run better. Um, it's something to do with the sync of the frame rate or something. And make sure you have the trader roles and basically all of these things on the right side, all of these things, make sure they're off. Make sure they're disabled. They start off, but just make sure. You don't want to be, the trader and you don't know what you're doing at the very beginning. But apart from that, you can check your key bindings here if you forget what everything is. But apart from that, just jump in. Just jump in. You can ready up. Normally you click ready, but the game started, so I'm just going to join and be the tourist again. Okay. So we get back in the space shuttle. Now we know what to do. We click buckle. We move down. We move to the airlock. Go down the airlock and start moving. Okay. So I think I had yeah, I was going to show you ID and PDA and communication. So that's the last part of this tutorial. Um, so the PDA is right here. I'm going to click to it and it's going to go to my empty hand. Now if I click it again in my hand, it's going to open up the screen and it's a personal data assistant. Here you can keep notes if you would like to, um, you know, do whatever. If you find information in the game and you want to keep notes, that's a pretty easy way to do it. It's not very useful though. Messenger is quite useful. So if you click on Messenger, you're going to see a list of all the people that have PDAs in this server right now, um, and you can basically see what they are: assistant, scientist, head of personnel, blah blah. Pardon me. And you can PDA and say hello, Mister. And now you can see message sent to station engineer, hello, Mister. Okay. Um, that's pretty simple. That's pretty simple. But it's quite useful because you might need something. You might need to find out where you're going. Like if you're let's say playing cargo tech, you can find some other cargo technician here and be like, listen, I don't know where cargo is. Can you show me or something, right? That's just an example. Um, so we're going to go return. And another thing that's useful here is atmospheric scan. That just tells you the atmosphere. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. But what's important is enable flashlight. And so if you're in a dark maintenance tunnel, which I can't exactly show you right now, then that flashlight will be enabled and you can actually see where you're going. Um, so let's drop the camera for a second, and I'm gonna take this ID into my other hand. And what you can actually do is place it inside your PDA. So it's like a slot. You put the ID into the PDA, and now you can use the PDA in your ID slot, and that frees up a slot. That's all it does, really. Um, at any point, if you need your ID for whatever reason, why is there a stun prod? Uh, Maybe stun prod city. Well, um, there's just a stun prod lying there. I mean, do I take it? It feels strange to take it because 46% charged. You know what? Let's dispense of it. Let's dispense of it. There we go. I don't want to. I want to actually get some access in a bit. So if I get caught with some dumb shit, um, that's all right. So That's really it. You know, you use your PDA and all that kind of stuff. Let me change my. Let's see if I can get better frame rate because it's kind of going crazy here. So let's go 40. Maybe that will help. It's a little bit laggy today. No, oh, I pressed. I got a photo. Okay, so now we understand the actual way to control the game, right? More or less. Um, like if I want to take this off, I can press on it. It's not letting me take off my shirt. What about my shoes? Strange. Oh, there we go. I don't know why it didn't work in the left hand. Alright, so I can take off my shirt. I can press E on it if there wasn't so laggy. Let's go again. So right hand, shirt, and then E on it, and it equips it again. Pick up my PDA, press E on it, it puts it into the ID slot. Pick this up, press E, and that will go to my pockets. Press E, and that will go into my around my neck. So you know now we're starting to understand how to control. Now I'm gonna explain to you the map and kind of where everything is and just kind of simple stuff. So we came from the left, right? That's where we arrived. If you join from the very beginning of a server, you're gonna start the game in your department. But since we arrived late, then you start in the arrivals. And here you notice the junction, and what you'll see is that there's actually a big intersection. It's a big square that runs in the center of the station. And this is the hop line. We'll come back to it. So I'll just run around the center of the station so you can see that this is I think it's called the central corridor. If you understand where this is, and if you know this corridor well, then you don't need to really know anything more. Like this is really, if you know this corridor, you know where to go pretty much anywhere. Oh, okay. So this is back where we came from. The arrivals is to the left. If we go down, the very first thing on the northeast west. Wait, never eat sulky Weet-Bix. On the western side, that's the only way I remember that shit. On the western side is what's called cargo, right? So this is the cargo department right here. And basically, these guys are what you're going to be playing at the beginning of when you're learning the game. You're going to be playing in cargo a lot. And this is let me see if I can. Hey, hop. Hey, so this is the head of personnel. I'm making a documentary to teach people about the station. Okay. Sure. Okay, so I'll explain in that time. I'll explain what's actually happening. So to the left is cargo. Those are the people that order shit for the station. If any department needs anything, they get PDA. Someone comes up and goes, "Listen, I need this crate or that crate." Then cargo will then order it from the central command, which is like an offshore, like the main. This is just a station. There's like a main thing that they can order from. All the items come in, and then that department gets the items. It's a very good way to understand the game because you start to understand what people need, why certain departments might work with each other and might not. You start to understand where things are. It's a really good place to start, and that's I think where I'm gonna direct you to start the game. And right opposite the cargo, which is on the western side of the central corridor, is the head of personnel. Now, the head of personnel is basically who you go to if you need anything related to your ID, access. So if you started as a engineer by accident and you're like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing, you can run over here and say, listen, I kind of bought my degree online. Can I be a janitor instead? And they'll take your ID, they'll change your access and turn you into a janitor. That kind of thing. So I just wanted to come here and get some more access so I can show you the station better. And so the thing is, if you're a trader, this is also a really good place to go because you can get access just by saying, oh yeah, I need access to this place and that place. and then they give it to you, and then you can go and start making bombs and whatnot. So they might not actually give me the access I want, which is would be unfortunate. But yeah, while the HOP is doing stuff, I'm gonna teach you. Oh yeah, I didn't show you communications actually. I didn't show you communications, so I'm gonna do that now. So if I press T, that's gonna bring up the normal say button, right? So I say hello, and that will say hello in chat in gray. Okay, that just means that it's only people within earshot can hear that. But you notice there's a lot of green chat on the screen. Don't worry. Okay, well, whatever. So that just means that you can see I have a headset on right here. The green is the common channel through the headset, right? So if I say something like test, right, through the channel, which you'll notice that it has green test, and then it has my normal voice test. And that just means that like my normal voice was spoken out loud as well as through the communications, because your voice goes through from real life into the microphone, and then yeah. Now how to actually communicate in that channel is I don't even know what this is. It's like what's this symbol? It's not like the double dot. It's the dot and the comma. I know the name, but I'm drawing a mind blank right now. So you type in this symbol and then whatever you want, and then that will come up in communications. Now everyone in the chat everyone in the station that's wearing a headset that's connected to this channel will be able to hear that. If you're in cargo, for example, you have your own you have your own supply. You have your own channel, right, as well. That's called supply, and that's I think it's this. So 2 dots, double dot. I'm drawing a mind blank. H, and then you type whatever you want, and that will show up as like a brown line that says supply. Okay. Until the HOP is open, I'm gonna walk around and show you. Oh, maintenance. There we go. So this is a place where I wouldn't normally get access. Well, I don't have access right now, so if that door closes, I'm stuck. But this is just kind of showing you like the maintenance. Like it's this random shit, random cables, random engineering things in the maintenance, and there's like roundabout ways to get to places. That's the maintenance, and there's maintenance all around the station, not just there. So this is the entry to the HOP. If I keep going, you'll notice these signs that says medical, evac, and NG. And so at the very northeast, south, and yeah, south, the very southern part of this central corridor is the engineering. And if I get access here, I'll show you some cool shit. There's like a massive engine that runs the whole station, the power for the whole station. There's Atmos, which is like basically a bunch of pipes and shit that run all of the atmospherics for the whole station. This is the janitor's closet. So on the southern part of the central station, the central corridor, this is the janitor's closet. Janitor's a really good role if you're trying to learn the controls, because it's not a real job. I mean, people are going to get mad at that, but it's really not a real job. I mean, you don't need a janitor. It's not essential. So yeah. Now, as you keep going, you'll see that there's a medical sign, and you start to notice that this is the viewing room for the surgery. This is the medical area. And again, there's more signs here. So pretty much, if you run around the central section, you'll see these signs. That's why I'm saying if you know the central corridor, you know how to get to most departments because the signs show you. So medical is this way. If you get hurt, if someone else is hurt, you click drag them to the medical, which is right here. And someone you just bang on this door until someone opens it up. Up here is the bar, which it's kind of more of a roleplay thing, but if you want to do that, that's cool. Up here is the kitchen, so there's going to be a hunger icon that comes up at some point, and you come over to the kitchen. Hopefully there's a chef that's working, and you can grab some food, and just make sure you have the health intent on and click on yourself, and you'll see that you nibble at the butter dog. So I'm just going to save that for later. I've pressed E and now it's in my bag. And when I get hungry, then that's the case. I can eat that. This is botany. Pretty good job for starting, but I think you want to at least get the hang of the station and how everything interacts. I feel like if you learn botany first, um, you can spend the whole round in botany and never interact with anyone else. So I just feel like learn cargo. It's a much more like it gives you a lot more insight into how the station works. There's robotics, there's science over here. You don't really need to worry about the specific departments for now. The main ones are medical, engineering is good to know. I mean, it's security is up here, so you can see follow the signs. If I keep going around the central stairway, where still this is the central stairway again. So you can see there's a sign that says security. If I go up here, um, this is basically where you get put in prison if you do some dumb shit. Um, and this is the bridge right here. So they've shut off the like um, the screen, so we can't see anything. We can't see the windows. But this area here is where like the captain and everyone important runs shit. And now we're back to arrivals on the side. So this is back from where we got onto the ship in the first place. There's a bunch of yeah. So you can see this is where we came right here. This is where the shuttle started. Now all the other rooms aren't that important. This is like a garden where even if you're not in botany, you can build some shit. This is like a tool storage thing where if you need any tools, you can come over here and click drag and do that kind of thing. It's not that important. You'll learn what to do with these rooms and how to use them once you actually learn to play the game and learn some roles. But at the moment, there's no point. So all you really need to know is the central staircase. Oh, here you can see inside the bridge. You can see over there. The central corridor, very useful. You just got to know that this is cargo. That's HOP, head of personnel, and sometimes there might not be a HOP. So it pays to check on the messenger and see if there's actually an HOP in the game before you run over and try to get a new job or whatever. Sometimes you're just stuck with what you get. Um, yeah, and then down here is also mining. So one of the cool ways, the way I went about learning the game is you start in cargo. You learn how to do all the cargo stuff, and then you to learn a bit more about combat and a little bit more about other aspects of the game. You can start learning how to mine. Now, mining is kind of hard when you're starting out, but it is what it is. And then from there you have a pretty good grasp on how to move, how to fight things, how to use things, how to order things, what departments need what. Like you start to know quite a bit, and then you can start to learn. In my opinion, you should learn how to do paramedic work because. Learning how to heal yourself. If you're a trader, for example, and you've just killed someone, but they hit you for like half your health, you might need to survive the whole round, right? So learning how to heal yourself and knowing what things you need to do to heal yourself is really useful. So learning how to operate this area here. Some servers will have a cloning area, which is very, very useful to also learn right here, which you can learn just by asking around or playing genetics, which is actually pretty easy in my opinion. Uh, well, it's a little bit complicated, but I found it quite simple to get good at. What's this? Is this unstable mutagen? See, look, I don't know what that is, so I right click and I examine. A large beaker, various reagents. Well, let's pick it up and drink it. Your liver feels amazing. You feel so happy nothing can go wrong with anything. Your right foot feels left. Oh, okay, so it's a mutagen thing. I better not be. Okay, now I'm extra big. Uh, that's funny. Yeah, so it's mutation. It's I've been playing around with it in genetics. Let's see if HOP is open yet. No, it's not. One of the other interesting things I can show you is I mean I can't exactly. Okay, wait up. Actually, maybe you know what I can try to do. I can see if I can maybe uh, get one of the engineers to show me around engineering. So do we have botanist, assistant cargo tech, shaft miner, medical research, curator, detective, station engineer, atmospheric technician here. Hey, I'm a tourist that's making a documentary about the station and the important and the main. I don't want to say important because that might sound like, oh shit, he's trying to hijack something. Departments. What they do. How they operate, etc. Um, could you show me around for 1 minute in Atmos NG? See, he might he might think it's very suspicious. So I'm doubting the fact that he's actually going to let me walk me around. But you never know. It never hurts to try. The captain just messaged me saying I need earbuds in my bridge. Where where can I get where can I get some earbuds? It's a strange thing to message a tourist, but maybe he messaged everyone. I'm not sure. Yeah, you know, it might not be the best timing when someone says, "What was that about cults?" And then right after that, I go, can you let me into Atmos and just kind of show me around for a second?" It might not be the best timing. But yeah, to be honest, the only way to really learn the game is to play it a role. Okay, there's many good role tutorials online. But for me, my biggest issue, I started the game, I learned the controls, I learned everything, and then I was like, how do I know where to go? Where's the janitor closet? Like, I was a janitor and I was running around the station asking people, "Where's the janitor closet?" And they're like, "It's right below the teleporter." And I'm like, "Where the hell's the teleporter?" And they're like, "Fuck off!" Like, it was just like the most. Um, the warden poisoned the psychiatrist in the psychiatrist's office. Well, above my pay grade. Yeah, and then it took me like a whole round to find my frickin' closet for the janitor so I can actually start doing my job. So that was my biggest issue is like there wasn't any intermediary tutorial between like okay, I learned the controls and then now just jump into the station and do your thing. Like it was just like, you know, so now you have an idea of like how everything interacts, even though we couldn't really get access to show you the main things. In engineering, I mean, I wanted to show you engineering because I think it's pretty cool. I thought it was fascinating when I first, you know, managed to get my ass in there. But oh, well, he's letting us in. There we go. I got let in. So here is the here is the engine. Well, I didn't, you know, I just got let in, I guess. I just ran in after him, and he. I think my screen's shaky because of all the mutations and stuff. I think I'm probably about to die at some point, just because I randomly gulped down some unstable mutagen, or I think that's what it was anyway. So AI gone, Captain is demoted, Borg's possibly rogue, and communications down. I'm this close to calling, man. All right, well, all right, so this is the engine. I thought it was pretty cool. This is a Tesla engine. As an engineer, you learn how to set this up. You learn how to basically manage the power. Hey, Borgo. How's it going? I'm making... he's running away. It's fine. You get to, like, check the power and stuff. What if I just drag him around? Come on, man. I was just taking some photos. Yeah, he didn't like that. Alright, well, you know, that's all good. Yeah, so that's kind of the like kind of an overview of the station. Is the HOP up yet? Come on, son. I need to go. I need to go and change the genetics. Wait up. Let me see if cause I'm gonna. You can see I have so many different. I got so many different genes right now. Like I got giganticism. I'm pretty sure that's why I'm so big. I got some other shit that's making my screen shake. So, where's the HOP? Head of personnel. Is he dead? No, he's not. Hey, can I get you at your desk for like 1 minute? Server isn't responding. I've never had that happen. I could try breaking in, but I don't really want to. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, I just fell over and threw up. I'm pretty sure I overloaded my liver with all that juice I was drinking. Okay, so Jesus, it's like I'm drunk. This is what happens when you get drunk in this game. Okay, no, it is like I'm drunk. I can't even control my movement properly. Alright, well, I think this is about as much as I can, can show you guys, especially with how messed up I am, from drinking that stuff, so, yeah, just word of warning, don't drink random liquids you find on the chemistry, disc. Okay, let me run over to see if they're gonna make me a monkey cube. Hey. Can I, get one monkey cube? What is that? Are they gonna give me one or what? It's an orange. I don't think they're gonna give me one. I think they're just ignoring me at this point. My accent is, or like my drunkenness is definitely not helping. I'm gonna go here and ask biology. Oh, their window's closed too. Jesus. Okay, I threw up again. I'm gonna try and go. Oh, okay, genetics is actually in medical in this station. I just forgot. So. Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm so messed up. Oh, I think it's the two left feet. Uh. Okay. I am fucked up. Alright, so this is a little demonstration into how medical works. So they'll put you in the sleeping pod. They can pump you full of drugs in this, depending on what problems you have. And it looks like he didn't have the right thing. Anti-hull. So if you ever like have questions about what something is, you can press this wiki button. See, I don't really know what that is, so I'll just type it in, um, and did I spell it right? Anti-hull. Ah, yeah, I didn't. Anti-hull, and you press enter, and infections. Guide to chemistry. So let's see. Anti-hull. So it's possible that I have an infection, or it's possible that, let me see. You can also look at like the actual compound, anti-hull, and press that, and it'll say helps remove alcohol from someone's body as well as eliminating drunkenness, drowsiness, slurring, dizziness, and confusion. Heals zero point 0.2 toxin per tick. So there we go. Now you know what that does. And with pretty much with anything here is like you're gonna be using that function a lot. So it looks like he's cured me. All right, that's cool. Well, let me try. I assume. Um, I assume I need surgery because I feel a dull pain in my abdomen, which probably means that I either have appendicitis or maybe like liver failure or some shit like that. So, um, you don't need to remember that. I just know from experience. So, hey, I have abdominal pain. And now they can examine me, check out what's wrong. Your liver. Oh shit. What's going on? What's happening? What's wrong with me? Uh, maybe? My god. Do I need a transplant? Do I need a transplant? Fuck. I hate needles. Well, I was going to commit suicide with a monkey cube, but I think watching surgery is a bit more interesting. Hopefully they know what they're doing, because to be honest, my surgery knowledge is very limited. All I know is how to like do very basic
Hello,
paramedic stuff.
Rick, and welcome to the Experimental Space Station 13. It is Suit Sensors Day.
Okay, so
Please turn
basically the reason
down
why I don't
to
really
maximum. It is not that
oh
complex.
Jesus, shut up.
Have a secure
Okay,
day.
okay, that's fine. So the reason why I kind of never ended up learning it is because most of the time, like people will come in, they're like almost dead, so you can either like just quickly revive them here, or if they die, you just clone them. So it's like it just kind of like, oh well, you don't, screw surgery. That's very rare that it actually happens. Whereas on this other server I play, Fulp Station, they have no cloning, so you can't just clone yourself after you die. So if I played medical there more, I'm sure I would start to learn more surgery. So, um, you kind of learn what you need as you go. I don't know everything about this game. All I know is what I know. But the thing is, a lot of the times, I feel like when you're learning a new game, um, well, sorry, when you're learning a new anything, it's almost easier to learn from someone that has recently learned. I find like, um, not here. Um, I find like when when someone's been good at something for a long time, they forget all the things they didn't know at the beginning. So when they teach the game or they teach the thing, they almost like skip over things that were very, very difficult for them at the beginning because they don't remember what those things were. Um, but since I recently, like, I've only learned this game as of 2 weeks ago. So since I recently learned the game, I feel like I can kind of explain the overall thing about how the game works. Not necessarily the controls. There's many better tutorials of like exact things and how to interact with everything, every single thing in the game. But I think that's just kind of over, just just kind of an over. It's just like a brain dump. I drank ethanol by accident. I heard drank ethanol by accident. These guys are all like, oh shit. It's interesting that my health hasn't gone down. So you can see here to the right, you have your health. You got a lot of ethanol. Oh, I threw up inside the sleeper. That's never fun. But yeah, so another thing that I found confusing when I was starting is the communications. There's so much shit going on, especially in high pop servers. One of my like what I would suggest is you learn the game on a medium to low pop server. Um, Yog Station at the moment is usually about that. Just because people are more chill, they have less things to do, and they're more like, uh, they're generally more into the idea of helping you learn the game. Um, but yeah, so um, what I found difficult was even reading the chat. Like, how do you know? Like, there's just so much shit happening on the screen that you almost like don't know what to look for. Pardon me. But like generally speaking, when let's say you're working in cargo, you can mostly ignore the green. You can ignore most of the green text. I mean, you should read it, but as in like just when you're actually working day to day, you're only really worried about what people are saying in the group next to you or the people around you, like the cargo technicians, your quartermaster, that kind of thing. So you're really looking for the gray. And then if something big happens, and I'm sure the cargo guy or something is going to be like, oh shit, something's happening, and then you can go back and read the green. Um, but the more you play this game, the more you start to like. If you're a captain, you can read every single. You have every single channel. You have the command channel, the supply channel, the science channel, the engineering channel, like the security channel. So there's so much shit going on. But you kind of start to know what to look for and kind of how to read it. But that's something that's super people I take for granted now. Just being able to read the text, it seemed so overwhelming at the beginning. So I don't even know what they're injecting me with now. I need a transplant. Like I don't know what they're up to. I need a transplant. They're feeding me potassium. So let's see. Again. I haven't played chemistry. I haven't played much medical. Um, so what is potassium? What is it used for? What's the deal? So guide to chemistry, potassium iodide. I would assume that potassium is potassium iodide. Yeah, I assume that's guide to chemistry. And if I could control F, potassium. One part potassium. So we gotta have potassium here somewhere, right? All right. So that means that there's only that you can just find potassium by itself, surely. Oh, okay. Potassium is literally like um. It's literally the frickin' what's it called? Not the compound, the other thing. It's been so long since I did chemistry. Reduces low radiation damage very effectively. Why do you need potassium? Interesting. We need cybernetic organs. Why do you need potassium? I don't have radiation. Okay, I'm gonna ask. See, sometimes you just don't know, so why did you need potassium? Isn't that for radiation? Oh. Apparently I was sick. So I haven't really played around in virology yet, so I don't really understand diseases quite so much. Oh, cool. I have abdominal pain. Yeah, so if I don't get anything done to my stomach, then I'm probably gonna my liver's probably gonna shut down at some point. Do I still have? I do. So you can see my health bar here is very low. So when I move around now, I'm gonna be very slow. Um, but if I do this, I won't be. All right, so let's see what he does. I think we're ready to watch some surgery. I think we're ready to watch some surgery. So I don't know what they were dealing with in the head of personnel office, but it wasn't good. You hear? I have the liver. Oh, hell yeah. Is this who's talking to me? I'm still scared of needles. Alright, so he's gonna put me down on the table. God damn, I'm massive. I take up more than one square. Alright, so you can read the description here too. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. And I wonder if I can make increase font size. Oh, I can do that. Cool. Decrease line height. Jesus. Okay, that's not that's not good. Okay, so I think that's pretty nice. So let's go down a little bit and see. So you can read it here, and he says, you know, drapes a surgical drapes over the chest, makes an incision, retract the skin. Oh shit. Okay. I did not mean to do that. Retract the skin. I there. Saw through the bones, saws the chest open, clamps the bleeders, makes an incision, extracts something, inserts the new liver, and then we're good. Alright, so thank you, doctor. I owe you. Am I sick again? I don't know why I need potassium again, though. I don't know. How do you know I need potassium? Hit. Ah, I see. So he's possible cure potassium. Ah. Let me do that and do that. So another little tip is that if you're naked and you basically don't have a tool belt, you don't have pockets, you don't have anything. So before you put anything, try to equip anything else, you should always try to put on your jumpsuit. Okay, let me get out of here and see if I can get some potassium. So I can come over here to the chemistry dispenser and chemist. I need potassium. This has been a very, very bad round as either terrible genetics or I mean, I'm sure drinking the ethanol has something to do with it. I'm sure. Has he got potassium yet or what? Oh, there it is. Thank you. I'm good for now. I'm still slurring like a mofo, but that's alright. I'm gonna run over to the kitchen and grab some food because I'm so slow, as you can tell. Okay, yeah, meat cutlet. I'm down for that. Don't know what the chef's up to though. It's like absolutely no food over here. And you can see this bar goes up a little bit because I've eaten. Sometimes it's a little bit slow, so you might want to wait before you eat more. Can I eat that? Okay. Oh shit. What was that? Spiderlings. Okay, well. Oh, okay. What was that? Station's quite laggy today, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I think that's all I can really show. Let me see if I can get a monkey cube after all that. I don't want to do it from medical though. Alright, I'm going to try to get it from botany. Oh, there's a monkey there. I need a monkey cube. Hey, can I get a monkey cube, please? Yeah, it's not. They won't listen to me. I guess I'll show you how to put on an oxygen mask if you need to. Never mind, I won't. There's no oxygen in that. Seems like we have cults or some shit going down. Alright, here we go. So, you want to pick up a emergency tank, and I'm going to put that in the belt, and I pick up a mask, and I put that on. And the mask starts off toggled. As you can see, you push the breath mask out of the way, so you just want to make sure it's on, right? So it's not out of the way, it's back into place. And then you press the O2 canister, and that's going to basically give you oxygen if you're in a room. The problem is, if I walk into space right now, because there's no pressure, because there's no pressure, because of there's no like pressurized air, I'll just get crushed to death. So I'd still need like a suit or something. But if there's like toxins in the air or lack of air but still pressure in the room, then you can put that on and that's it. So, in saying that, that's all there really is to it. From here, just start out with cargo. Oh, cool. I just got teleported to, what's this place? Chemistry. And I'm going to ride the dispenser, hopefully. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, cool. Ride the dispenser. Alright, so not the dispenser. These are disposal units. And if you play in cargo, you learn all about them. Basically, most of the disposal units are linked to cargo. So all of the station's rubbish goes to the cargo area. Um, and if it even decides to activate. So let me just run out and see why it's not doing it. Engage. Power. Oh, okay, the power wasn't on. Let's try that again. Space cleaner, syringes, all sorts of random shit. There we go. And now we could get pushed all the way through. And here I would space myself, but I won't. I'll just chill. What's that? Ingredients box. Oh well, there's a spiderling. I believe that is what it is. So, yeah, that's it. Good luck.